ShoreTel Workgroups is an attractive entry-level call center that is designed for informal groups looking to become more efficient in their operations. Tightly integrated with the ShoreTel phone system, Workgroups provide a simple call center to customers at an extremely low total cost of ownership. Workgroups delivers a practical solution for small, informal ACD groups, providing an easy-to-use desktop tools, including queue and agent monitoring, basic announcements, and call routing. But what it lacks is a web-based reporting package that tells you call center type data, number of calls handled by each queue, calls completed by each agent, average handled and abandoned time, etc. The VXTracker Workgroup Reporting module for ShoreTel gives you all this and more. Because it is part of the VXTracker call accounting application, it combines the workgroup data with call detail records for complete recording. We can run reports for all workgroups comparing them side by side or by time period like hour of day, 15-minute period, 30-minute period, day of week, day of month, or monthly. We can also look at all agent and position information side by side or by those same time periods. We'll first look at all of our workgroups side by side. These are our 3 workgroups we have listed. It pre-ran the report for today's dates and today's time period. We can look at how many abandoned calls were in each workgroup, how many calls were handled by the agents, by the workgroup voicemail, by others. Take a look at that maximum abandoned time, the average abandoned time, the max handled time and average handled time, the queue time by wait in seconds, and the total number of calls. We can then take that one step further and actually click on any one of the workgroups and drill right in to see the people that make up that workgroup. Here we have 3 different agents in the workgroup, and here's how many inbound calls that they took, the duration, the average, if they had any inbound user calls directly or outbound calls directly, and lots of other statistics. These can all be customized by simply clicking on the Customize link and adding or deleting columns based on the needs that you have for your business. We can then take this one step further, and this is where the VXTracker application is unique. Because it's part of the call accounting application, we actually can take the workgroup data and combine it with the call detail records. So when I click on Celeste, I can see that she actually terminated 13 calls. And when I click on her extension, I can see the actual calls that she terminated. Now these aren't all calls that went through the queue. Some of these are, as you can see, the door buzzer, where she has a feature on her ShoreTel phone where she clicks on it and it opens the door to get into the back office area. Others are direct calls from people in the office or things like that. Many times, because she is the main operator, the calls that she handles through the queue are not actually going to show up in this call accounting application because these would only be the calls that she terminated. A favorite VXTracker report to run for our call center customers are looking at the abandoned calls. We'll go ahead and go to the expense menu, go to user, and then we'll build the report. When we build this report, we see all of the different users in our organization. I can click on the queue number of any one of the queues that I have set up in the system, and when I drill into that, I will see the calls that hung up in queue for this time period. In this case, I ran the report for a week, but every VXTracker report can simply be changed by the date. I can choose the shortcuts, today, this week, this month, yesterday, last week, last month. I just chose it for this week and then built the report. I can see that in this case we had 2 different callers call into our 800 number for VXTracker, and they were both rather early in the morning, so we probably only had 1 support technician on at that time, so they waited in queue and then probably went to voicemail. Scheduling any report is easy in VXTracker. Simply click on the calendar icon, brings up a pop-up box. You can title the report anything you want. This is going to be the subject line. Pick the time zone, choose the reporting period, so the last 1 day, or I could say I want it from the start of the day through the scheduled runtime. Run it every day at 3 o'clock. I'm going to choose weekly, but just choose the weekdays that we want the report to be received. And then go ahead and enter in the email address. I can choose the body of an email or attach as a CSV. I can also type in a file path or save it to a printer. Then I'll go ahead and hit save or close the window. These will then be found in the Tools menu under Scheduler. For VXTracker, we don't charge based on user logins, so each agent, workgroup supervisor, or manager can have access to the system. Please contact us for more information or a demo of the product.